Yo guys, what's up? Kalen here, and today we're going to be reviewing in form 86 rated Jude Bellingham. So heading into the player bio, he's 6'1" tall, height on high work rates, right footed primarily. With the 4-star skills and a 4-star weak foot, I picked him up for around 41k during weekend league. Of course now I think he is a bit cheaper, somewhere within the 30k range. When it comes down to alternative positions, he can also start in that left mid position. Moving on to the attribute details, I decided to give him a powerhouse chem style. It does keep the pace the same, but the pace is kind of decent for the center mid position. Of course, with his height and his length, the accelerate type, the pace is going to feel a lot higher. The shooting on the card is decent. It's very solid. Basically 80 finishing, 80 attack positioning, 81 shot power, decent long shots and decent volleys. The passing on the card looks sensational. It's got 95 vision with 91 short pass and 89 long pass with 73 curve. Dribbling as well looked pretty decent, 86 reactions and ball control with 87 dribbling itself. Defending looks sensational, 87 interceptions, 84 defensive awareness with 89 stand tackle and 79 slide tackle. Physical looks decent, he's got 91 stamina, 76 strength and 87 aggression, and he can last, well I hope he can last, the full 90. Doesn't really have many useful traits, but with that being said, we're going to jump straight into the gameplay highlights with 86 rated in form Jude Bellingham. And straight into the first clip here, Kante gets it into him and he makes a pretty simple enough pass, but on the half volley I know a lot of players in this game, if they don't have decent passing stats, they are going to mess that pass up, and it's just linking up the play in midfield and we do end up getting a goal from it. But we are going to get a goal with Jude Bellingham himself here. His penalties are 58, and that penalty, well, basically because his penalties are so low, I aimed right and he shot middle, but luckily he did because we do end up scoring from it. Now straight into the next clip here, we're going to try win the ball back as soon as the advantage is over, and we do. Bellingham receiving the pass, taking a touch, and first time making the ball into Foden, and well, we do end up scoring from it again. Good transition work by Jude Bellingham, just controls the ball, makes that pass on. That's not an easy pass to make either, and we do end up scoring from it. Here showcasing some defensive ability with Jude Bellingham, makes a good interception, good pass into Foden. It's another chance, full Foden, and this time unfortunately he doesn't tuck it away, but good defending by Bellingham, good interception, and we nearly end up scoring. By the way, he does also have a flare full side, as you guys just saw, just a little weird back heel volley, and he gets the pass on to his midfielder. And here we are going to try and take on the next player that comes running at us. I think it's going to be Wan-Bissaka, comes sprinting out at us, and Bellingham gets past him easily, and unfortunately Mane stops his run. But good dribbling from him just to take the touch past Wan-Bissaka, and we were able to retain possession. But in this situation, can we retain possession? A good flick from him, and we're going to try and keep the ball. Does really well, loses it, and he wins it back immediately. Really good work from Jude Bellingham, and we were able to keep the ball. Still in the same match, Bellingham makes a brilliant outside foot overthrow pass to Sadio Mane, who unfortunately misses it, but what an overthrow that was from Jude Bellingham, and unfortunately we don't end up getting another assist with him. But a big thing you will notice on this card is the ball retention. He does really well here to keep the ball from Zakaria, and that was my bad. I should have tried to jig in and out of the defenders instead of just running straight through the gap, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But another outside foot over the top pass to Mane. This time we flick it over the defender's leg, green time shot into the near post, and Jude Bellingham gets 1 goal and 1 assist in his debut. Really good pass from him, following some really good control, and we did end up scoring. Like I mentioned, the ball retention on this card is fantastic. I'm not sure how that's not a foul, but he gets the ball here, and we're going to make that outside foot pass yet again over the top to Kante. And I know Kante is probably not going to score, but I just wanted to try and get an assist with Bellingham. We don't, but we do eventually end up scoring, courtesy of that pass from Jude Bellingham. Now, heading into the last clip from this match, Bellingham showing his defensive capabilities again, does really well, sits the defender down, makes a brilliant pass into Haaland, and that is a delightful dink over the goalkeeper, and it's the back of the net, and we do get 1 goal and 2 assists with Bellingham on his debut. Heading on to the next match here, we have the ball Xabi Alonso. He gets it into Bellingham, again just showcasing the ball retention on this card, does very well to keep it, and we could end up going forward from that. Here Koulibaly wins it back, Bellingham takes a touch past his man, who just absolutely destroys us, and we do end up getting a free kick. By the way, this was Bellingham a striker. That was a mistake. He should be playing in centre mid, which is where I am going to be playing him throughout the duration of this video, if you haven't noticed already. Again here, Bellingham, ball retention is ridiculous, and he gets past that man twice, and we're going to see if we can maybe just pass it around and get the ball back into him eventually. He skips that pass, it comes back to him, opens up his body, goes for the finesse, and finds the back of the net. Like I mentioned, the shooting stats on this card are decent. It's well-rounded, decent finishing, decent long shots, decent shot power, and decent attack positioning. And well, with that all being decent, he can obviously score 1 or 2 here and there. Just testing out the short passing here, that was a must-make pass, because if it wasn't pinpoint accurate to tell us, we would have ended up losing possession and we would have probably conceded. Here again though, just showcasing the dribbling from Bellingham, does well to keep it, holds off his man, I think that's Diogo Jota, and he gets the pass into Alex Telles. Moving on to the next clip, Bellingham gets it, Haaland makes a run over the top, another brilliant pass, Haaland knocks it on to Sadio Mane, who is denied, and Haaland again, I wasn't taking any chances, although I was in front of the goals, I still decided to smash it in, and we do get another goal because of the Englishman, Jude Bellingham. On to the next match here, Bellingham takes it, brilliant touch in midfield to control that ball, and a few seconds later in real life, Haaland gets around to Navas, pops it back into Haaland, takes a touch, green time shot, into the near post, smashing finish, and all that possible yet again because of that brilliant work from Jude Bellingham to control the ball in midfield, hold the ball up, make that pass out wide to Navas, and Navas was able to get an assist at the end of it. Here again though, Bellingham, excellent 1-2 between him and Foden, and he continues his run, just going to use him as a decoy. Foden makes that reverse pass, and Mane does end up scoring, but good work from Bellingham again in the midfield, makes that run, continues his run, and like I said, we used it as a decoy, and we were able to score. Here we are going to get a much more direct goal contribution with Jude Bellingham, a brilliant little spin, a brilliant passing behind, and Haaland isn't going to miss. Fantastic finish, but another very good pass from Bellingham after keeping the ball well in midfield, and we did end up getting another assist with the Englishman in this video. Heading on to the next match, unfortunately not a direct assist with Bellingham, but he gets the pass here from Mane on the edge of the box, just going to keep the ball, wait for a decent run to be made in support, and Upamecano comes sprinting forward from centre back, gets the pass into Mane, Mane finds Haaland, takes a touch, goes for goal, finds the back of the net, routine business as usual. This guy pauses and he does end up quitting. Now, with that being said, it is time to head into the last clip of this video. Mane gets it into Xabi Alonso, Alonso finds Jude Bellingham, brilliant pass out to Haaland, who does end up putting the ball into the back of the net, and we do end up scoring yet another goal courtesy of Jude Bellingham. Now, with that being said, it is time to review the card, and from the goal return that you guys can see, he is clearly a very, very good card. 6 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 goal contributions in 6 games is honestly pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. It is a very, very decent goal return from this card. Actually, I think it might be a little bit more than 2 goals, if I'm not mistaken. I do have about 3 in this video, but regardless, this card is very, very good. 3 in this video, by the way, if you include the goal right at the start of the video before I started my introduction. That was a ridiculous goal. But with that being said, it is time to actually review the attribute details. I'm going to rank each out of 10, and as you guys know, he is worth the coins. So, for the pace on the card, 7.7 out of 10, well, 77 basically. It's decent, but I feel as though he does get caught. But in that midfield, it's not too much of a problem. With him being lengthy, he can drive past a lot of players and keep the ball and just basically run through players. So for pace, an 8 out of 10 I feel is worth it, and he does feel pretty decent on the ball and off the ball when it comes down to recovery, tackles and speed. So like I said, pace gets an 8 out of 10. Shooting is honestly pretty decent. The finishing is decent, the long shots are decent, shot power is decent. All in all, it's decent. So the shooting, I'm going to go ahead and give him again an 8 out of 10. It is solid. The passing on the card is sensational. This guy was making outside foot passes like he was prime Pirlo or something. So the passing on the card is fantastic. He can make those long passes and those short passes very, very easily. So for the passing, I'm going to go ahead and give him an 8.5 out of 10. I feel as though it is very good, and you can feel that in game. The dribbling is sensational. This guy is able to just nick the ball in ahead of players and keep the ball in midfield. I mentioned it so many times about ball retention throughout this video, as you would have noticed, and basically that is the best word to describe this card. His ball retention is fantastic. He's able to keep the ball, hold off a lot of players while making the right pass and taking the team forward. So dribbling, an 8.8 out of 10, it is sensational. Defending, this guy has very long legs and he is pretty strong as well, so interceptions are fantastic. He basically reaches everything, and the defending all in all is very good, the stand tackle and the slide tackles in general. The physical on the card again is also pretty good. He can win the ball back very easily and hold off players with that strength. With that being said, is this card worth the 35k or so that you would spend on him? 100%. This guy is very good. In my opinion, is better than Leonardo Goretzka. And honestly, if you get this guy red, or if you have him in general, if you just want to buy him for your team, I do recommend it. It's not that expensive. If you run a Bundesliga team, or if you need that English link, pick him up, put him in your team. He is a very good box-to-box midfielder. With that being said, it is time to bring an end to the video. Whatever chem style, by the way, I forgot to mention that, whatever chem style you want to use on him does depend on where you want to play him. If you want to use him as an attacking box-to-box sentiment, a hunter, if you want to use him as a guy just to hold players off and create, then a powerhouse. But yeah, like I said, it is time to bring an end to the video. If you liked it, smash a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until then guys, stay tuned for the next one. Peace.